Hey, what's up? This is Python Bot Programming Episode 3. In this episode, we're going to be going through looking at our library, ch.py, to see how we can make methods and use stuff that's in ch.py in here, like user.name, that's from ch.py. Okay, use prefix is just where we set this. Use prefix is there. If command in the first part of the command equals prefix, use prefix equals true. So if this is true, then if the command is used, basically this is saying if this thing is used in front of a command, then use prefix is true. Else, use prefix is false and it'll return, okay, and do nothing. So the first command here, use prefix, that's going to be true if someone uses an exclamation point, and the command is now going to be set to YouTube bot. Or it tests if the command, which we set command in here, command in args, alright, we set that here. So if command equals this, what it'll do is it'll lower it, it'll split it into args, and then it'll check a use prefix, or it'll check something. Anyways, that's my whole point is I got a little twisted up there, but all right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just take a look at this here, okay. And now I also want to open up a file, one of my older versions, Realbot version 2.1, okay? And I want to slide on down here real quick. And this is not my password anymore, so now we have to say what rooms do we want them in. So first off, what we're going to do is, until we make a database for rooms, we're going to say rooms, and will say and this is where you put the first part. And basically what we're doing is we're creating an array of rooms. An array is basically just a list. So we'll send it also to my room digital masterminds. And as you can see, I'm not putting the HTTP or the anything. It is just straight the first name. Okay? So we have two rooms. To add another one, until we make a rooms database, we're just going to have to do this, like this, Assassin Mansion, Digital Masterminds, and, well, for now that'll be it. But you can add more in the same way, okay? So go ahead and save this out. Rooms is now this room, and when you're using an array, this is the 0 element of an array. This is the first element of the array. If I had another one, that'd be the second element in the array. So if we wanted to use the array, we would say rooms, and we would say 0. Now what would 0 equal to? Well, of course, it would equal to this. But it throws a lot of people off because we start counting in programming with 0. So this is 0, 1. Alright, so when we're writing databases, that will come in handy, but for now we're just using this variable here to have some rooms for the bot to start in. So now we'll go ahead and put in rooms here. So rooms will reference those rooms. YouTube bot example, bot, and PMs are going to be false. So now we'll go ahead and try to run this and see if it actually does. See if it actually does. It's saying 923 rooms. Forgot an equal sign. Alright, now, oops. Now, okay, you guys still here? Okay, accidentally got locked out. So, my rooms, when you have one equal mark, that means this equals this. But for example, if you have a test one, like in your commands, this, it's not saying command now equals this. It's saying if used prefix is true and command equals YouTube bot, meaning this means if it's true, do this. You can also have an or. Like if I wanted to say or, and means they both have to be true to be fired, or meaning either one could be fired. So command equals bot. So that will both fire off. This one has to be true. Either of these can be true. Okay? And if I got rid of this, well, of course, you wouldn't be able to use your use prefix, but if someone typed out YouTube bot or bot, you could use it. It would fire off either way. But for now, keep it like that. So now, what we want to do here is, where is this? Dang it, where'd they go? Oh no, where the minions? Where the minions? Where the minions? Anyways, I guess I can keep programming. Instead of fucking off and shit. Try to find a signal that I have somewhere. Alright, so now we come down here, and now our rooms, our YouTube bot example, which is, if we look here, ch.py, and we slide on down to the room manager, or the room on the net. Oops. Anyways, remember why I am doing this, okay? I'll show you it in 1 second. So now we're going to go ahead and jump right over into ch.py, okay? This is basically important for the URL lib library, and then tag server stuff, and this is to setting up servers, creating a clean message, stripping HTML, parsing things for the text and the font color, getting a non-ID. The PM gets authority for authorization for the PM, and then the PM class. This is a class, kind of like our class, YouTube bot is a class. Basically, we have two modules in here. We have a class, three classes. We have the PM class, and we have the room class. So this is PM, and on init, it has to have the self and the manager. Okay, so what is the manager? This here is our manager, ch.room manager. This imports ch.room manager. Basically, that is taking it in, ch.room manager. So now this is the room manager. So you'll see later that all these are virtual methods inside of here. Okay, so this is where the work is done mostly in on the PM thing. So this it defines on init and it sets a bunch of things on connections and so on and so on and so on. And then we got the properties. All right. So now if we ever wanted to access the PM manager, we would simply type since we have ch in here, we'd simply type PM dot manager. You get it? But it would really be ch dot. But that's just how you ch is the module, and then the class, and then the method. These are all methods, or definite defines are methods, okay? And that's how you can call them in other classes. But that was pretty useless thing there. But so we have disconnect. We got the manager, contacts, and block lists. So now it moves on. We have commands, and then define message, and then define on PM message, which is they'll define that in the room manager, kind of like we will do that. So this is the room class. On init, it takes itself. It takes a room, user ID, a server, a port, and a manager. All that stuff is being set in here. You don't have to worry about none of this. It's already done. On connect, on reconnect, or connect PM authority, blah blah, get name, and then we have a whole bunch of stuff we can use, such as room.name. Well, what do you think this will return if we say room.name? Well, the room name. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get my notebook out. I'm going to write down room, and then I'm going to write down room name, the room owner, room mods, the ban list, user count, user list, username. Okay, so now if we go in here, we say, I'm going to just give you an example of these. This is how we use these. Room.message, that's a wholly different thing that deals with the, but look, room.name, alright, and then we say user.name, that's another thing. Alright, and that's where all these come from. They're all nice and neat in order in there, so we don't got to reference these. It's all properties. Okay? So now, what we're going to do is just keep on going down. We're going to skip a bunch of this stuff. There's just a few things we need to make some new to make some new commands. Okay? So bear with me for 1 minute while I get all the things that are necessary. So now this is the room manager class. Basically, this class is this class. Basically, for the most part. I don't know how to explain it better, but and this takes in self. Okay, takes in password and PM. All right. So this is called somewhere in here. Join room, leave room, get room. Alright, so now for this it would be we need to get the manager too, because the room manager and PM manager. Okay, so we'll get mgr. manager for the PMs. That's the PM manager. Now we got to get the room manager. Okay. Sorry. This is how you would go and make a new message, a new command. So I figured I would just show you while we're here. So, alright, we're going to write down a bunch of different things here in the room manager. Okay, so we're going to write down username, password, get password. Okay, so from the room list, room manager, we got user, name, room, we got PM. Alright, so we're going to see a bunch of virtual methods. These are the virtual messages thing, like on message. This is what was called here for on message. It's a virtual method, and we're going to use a bunch of these too. So, but for now we're just going to work on a couple commands, and then we're going to do some functions. So, and this is the main. So easy start. What it needs is it needs the rooms, which are easy start rooms. It needs the name of the bot, the password of the bot, and PMs to be true or false. And that is going to call going to get called. I'm just going to call main, and then all this, and it's basically going to go all down in virtual methods, and then the user method class underscore user. Okay. And then in message, we'll get some properties out of here. Message class. Time. User. Body. Room. IP. Okay, that's all we need out of there. Alright, so that's basically defines the net. Alright, so, alright, for now, we're just going to take some virtual methods out of the class in here, out of the room manager class. Should be somewhere in here. and we're just going to start copying and pasting. So room manager class, which is about right here. Okay, so we're going to go to the virtual methods. So far we've got on init, on connect when it connects to a room, and these are all in this spot in the room manager. On disconnect, on message. So before on message, I'm going to just jump here, and I'm going to put in on leave room, get room, on init, see virtual methods, on init, and then what do we want to do on init? Bam, bam, bam. It works up like that. On connect, on reconnect, on connection fail, on login fail, on flood ban repeat, on flood warning, and we have on flood warning. We're actually going to copy this one, this method here, and we're going to add this to the bot, just in case the bot is getting really spammed. So, okay, and then we're going to go on message delete. So when there's a message deleted in the chat room, we can do something with it. We can print it out, do anything. Now we're not going to do all the mod stuff, but on message, on history message, on leave, on raw, on ping, on user count change. We are going to do user count change. And then we are going to do, we're not going to work with PM right now. Okay, so that's what we're working with now. Alright, so YouTube bot, here we go. First off, we're going to start off by doing some new functions on our room manager, basically, in other words. So, on flood ban repeat, what do you want to do? We're just going to room.reconnect. Room, that's a class in CHPy. And reconnect is a function, kind of like this is a function. To call reconnect, bam, bam. Okay? On disconnect, we'll leave that alone. On message delete, what do we want to do? Well, first off, we're going to print. We're going to print to the console. I'm going to make a string. A message has been deleted. So now we're going to, since this is what we needed all that stuff for. Alright? So what we're going to do is, we're going to go plus, and then we're going to say, let me get up my things for message.body. Well, no, we're going to go user.name, and then plus make another string, call this, give it a space, we'll call this IP. Now this won't work if you're not a mod in a chat room. So now you can see where I'm starting to get some of the room dot names and all that stuff from, because they're in CHPy in our library. Plus message plus okay. And then what do we want to do? We want to room dot message and close. Okay. So now, when these are called on flood message delete, on message delete, that happens. When this happens. On message, whenever a message hits the chat room, what it does? It prints it. And then it splits it up. And then it tests if it the use prefix. And then it goes through a big list. A list of things to check. Like if this command, say this. If this command, say this. And believe me, down here, and then, just so you guys know what's going on here, this is where we do the commands at. Alright? So there. That's it for this episode. I'm going to keep it short, at least a little bit, but I'm going to be making one right now. I'm just going to cut it because it's getting long, and then I'm going to be making another one. So actually, I'm going to try this out. Run module. Alright, so now, as you can see, I'm connected to the two rooms that we listed in rooms. And then if I go to these two rooms, there's YouTube bot example there. If I go to this room, this is my bot, by the way. Okay. This is my bot here, Asuka. And this is the bot here. So we'll go, hey. I forgot what our commands were. Okay. I gotta just type it out right. Hmm. I keep wanting to use mine. But as you can see, here's my bot. Oh wait, she's off because I'm running this bot. But now as you can see, watch, I'm gonna delete a message. Shit. Okay, let me not do that now. I'm on message delete. And see, now your bot is smart and does that. And look at our thing, our shell. We have a message has been deleted since there's no IP, and that's the message. Alright, so for now, that's all you get. Okay, just go ahead and review this code here. Remember the or and the that, say or whatever. Okay, and what we did was we just on message delete, we got a bunch of different things on message delete on that. And we're going to come back though, is we're going to really start cranking into some serious commands, like to get some good commands. I just had to get a few different things, and maybe we'll do an on join to greet people. Until then, peace.